That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a play fake. Wentz. Dancing to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. He won't go down. Accelerating, and off he goes. He's at the 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Eagles continue to roll.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pass incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
At the 41-yard line.
Here we go. 120.
You don't want none of that. Give me it. Pick up the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Now Wentz. Rolling to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Here we go. 180. 74. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Buying time to his left. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Go.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Watch time. Tight end right. 4 down.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 34.
Check. Here we go. 26.
They start the drive with Abdullah. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Right there. 56.
Y'all not ready.
On 1st down, Abdullah. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Shahan, 180.
56. Exit.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins eluding the pressure right. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Wide.
Protein spill.
Switch.
They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. So a decent deficit at this stage in the 2nd half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal.
Hey, flipper.
They run. Abdullah. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
2 yards. It's now 4th and goal.
So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise, and the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, that worked out perfectly. The holder took the ball and found his man wide open for a pass and a score on a fake field goal. I love that play.
Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is down to 24.
Makes the score Eagles 31, Vikings 7. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Sunday.
Check.
Greystone, travel.
Play action. Now Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Check. Crunch.
This 5-7. What's your son?
Throwing now is Wentz. Caught right side, it's Jeffrey. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Here we go. Waiting.
Kill.
Hey, 57.
Right there. 54, Mike. Pick me up. Here we go. Mike 54.
This 5-7.
They're not ready for this.
On play action, Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the
82, 82.
Now Wentz. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
That's got to be a long day.
Let's go, Greg.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Right there, 54, right there, right there.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Hot. 180.
I'm coming after you.
Two. First.
And they begin the drive with Abdullah. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 3-yard line.
50. Hot. 180.
Right there, 56. I'm coming. Out.
Where's that?
Mike 56.
Where's that?
56. Go.
And he's got some space here. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Listen to me.
56 to Mike.
A first down throw for Cousins. He completes it to Abdullah. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Throwing, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Running from the gun, it's Abdullah. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Mike.
Hey, Ringo, 48.
From the 44, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. But now it's 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Cousins to throw for it on fourth. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Jalen Mills. On fourth down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, fourth down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. To throw, it's Wentz. Flush to his right. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now Wentz. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Cousins now from the 50. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Malcolm Jenkins, the strong safety, swoops in for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a desperation throw deep. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down. The Eagles on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.